Just looking for someone to call my big mama in an Elvis voice. How do you say that? Big mama. I look like I just got dental work done and my lips are numb. Hello, Snack Pack. Welcome back to Travel Snacks. Today's episode is all about finding true love on the road. In today's video, I'm going to be scrolling on the Tinders so you can see what's out there in the dating pool, sharing a few of the conversations I've had with some of the guys I thought I might have a connection with, and sharing my thoughts on the topic of finding love as a nomad. There's some doozies in this episode, so let's jump right in. So after almost 2 years living in this van by myself, I can honestly say that it is not possible to find true love out here in these streets. It's just not possible. Just give up right now. Don't even give it a try. Resign yourself to being alone in this small space for the rest of your life. I'm just kidding. That would be terrible if somebody gave you that advice. I'm going to answer that question in this video, and I have been living a nomadic lifestyle for almost 2 years, and I have been around the block. I mean, I've been around many blocks throughout that time, and that sounded really bad. That sounds hoish. No, I don't mean like that, but I mean I've been around the block in terms of giving dating a try while on the road. Just like a lot of you, it feels very bleak out here. Very. It's like when you see those movies when people have to go live underground and they have barely any food and it's dark and dingy. That's the dating world out there. And more specifically, that's the dating apps. And before I give you all my thoughts about dating on the road, I thought it might be fun, especially for those of you that are off the market, who don't have to date, to see what it's like out on these dating apps. And one of the reasons why I don't really mess with the dating apps anymore. So today I'm in a different state. I am in an area that I've never been in before. And so I thought I would just pull up the good old Tinder, the one that's probably the worst for dating, and just give it a try. This was literally just 20 to 30 minutes scrolling. And these were the profiles, real life, today, 2022 profiles that's out there right now. Before we get to the Tinder swipes, swipe your little finger over to the subscribe button and also click the notification bell. Throw a like on this video and keep watching till the end to find out if I've given up on love or if I'm still looking. Now let me preface this by saying that I did see some very nicely put together profiles, nobody that caught my attention, so don't be upset if I'm just reading the bad ones because there was some nice ones, but there was more profiles with either nothing written on it or some craziness, so here we go. The first one, not married, no kids, looking for NSA. If you don't know what NSA is, it's no strings attached. Adult fun. Photo upon match. So in the meantime, we just get this lovely view of whatever city this is. You'll first, I promise. Take your shot. I don't bite unless asked nicely. The eye roll, I think my eyeballs are on the floor. No. I'm kind of a hillbilly, but I clean up nice. That's fair. I need a haircut almost all the time. I have 2 awesome, busy kids who need daddy all the time. It's an automatic no for me, dog. It's immediately a no. I'm not looking for little kids, and I talk more about that on my Noble Nomads podcast. Oh, I'm looking for someone to enjoy before kid activities like fun, be adventurous, maybe a beer or 2, travel, ski, snowboard, camp, pretty much all of the above. I'm confident, hardworking, giving, creative, still a typical male. Sorry. Why are you sorry for being a male? But also, you're not doing all those things, bro. You got 2 active kids. These are things you have in your visuals that you're like, I want to go do this. You got to wait till your kids are grown. And that's why I'm out with little kids. This guy starts off just with the, ugh, because you can never handle me in bed. Nobody said they wanted to. I would definitely, you silly. Oh, then you would fall in love. I can assure you that I would not fall in love with you because you're never going to touch me. Then I would, for a while, and then say goodbye when I was tired of you. If I didn't say goodbye, then you would know that I wasn't tired of you, and I would actually want to be with you. But we don't want to be with you. I would not want to be with a guy that talks like this. Take a little slow ride. We got nothing but time to lose. I'm going to lose this profile, and hopefully any woman that got your number will lose that too. Just looking for someone to call my big mama in an Elvis voice. How do you say that? Big mama. I look like I just got dental work done and my lips are numb. Oh, was it up? Big mama. So you want to call somebody big mama, but you don't want them to be big. Doesn't make sense. Keeping the free option for now. Happily married for 20 years. Happily looking for bisexual female to have fun with in and out of the bedroom. Drama free. That whole first part is all drama. You're trying to introduce a third person into your covenant of marriage. Kids are grown and out of the house. I hope so, because they'd probably think this is gross. We just want to have fun. Huge Raiders fans! I'm only looking to have sex. Simple. To the point. I don't care if you are married, separated, whatever. I understand if you would like to get to know someone first. At least a couple hours. I thought he was going to say a couple weeks or a couple days even, bro. A couple hours. I've had dental appointments longer than 2 hours. I've had DMV appointments longer than... That's a dumb thing to say, that you're trying to get, that you can get to know somebody in 2 hours before you get it in. LOL. All you have to do is swipe left or right. If you swipe left, then that's a no. But right, no big deal. It is a big deal. I'm definitely swiping left, bro. Right is not an option. I hope being honest is not too much of a turn off. Being honest is actually a turn on, but trying to bang someone in 2 hours or less, that's the turn off. First off, I'm married. I want to find someone to laugh with and talk to. I'm open for more. You know who's also open for more? Probably your wife. Maybe you should laugh and talk with your wife. Put some time and energy into that relationship and get off these apps. Go invest your time into your wife, bro. All of it, it's gonna be a no for me. It's a no. It's no. And this was just about a half an hour on the app. So if you can imagine going on these dating apps over and over and over, so much trash, so much negativity, so many dirty things that's just filling your mind with disgusting images and thoughts about the way a lot of men view women is just a thing to play with. It really just makes you sink down in depression. This is why I don't usually use dating apps. What I've noticed from the times where I have been scrolling on these apps is the overwhelming feeling of loneliness that's out there. And because of the loneliness, it spurs people on to just want to hook up, feel a connection, touch somebody. I'm not even kind of mad at the people that say, hey, you know, I would just want a friends with benefits or no strings attached. I don't agree with it because that just leads to more loneliness. But I also understand the feeling of being so desperate to just want to be around somebody. I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I have gotten to the point where I'm like, I just want to feel something with somebody, a human touch. And I've gone down that road, and every time, even though it might be a little fun in the moment, every single time afterwards, I'm like, that's not what I want. That's not the connection that I was looking for. And it ends. There's an end time to that playful, fun time. And then you're back to square one. So in my personal life, I am actually looking for a long-term partner. I would love to be with somebody for the rest of my life, enjoying this nomadic journey. Now, there was a few times where I did connect with somebody on an app and started a little bit of a conversation, or maybe even did a FaceTime. And I wanted to share a couple short stories with you just to give you an idea of where it went, or actually where it didn't go. All right, so here's a guy that I chatted with a few times on and off, and I wasn't in the area. So I think he saw me on the dating apps, so he reached out again by text, and he says, are you back in San Diego yet? I said, yes. Nice. Well, let's grab a drink whenever you're free. I said, what are you doing tonight? Because I like to just be in the moment and just get it popping. Just trying to hang out with you. All right, so we're on to something. Now we're going to try to get together. And I say, let's do it. I'm in Ocean Beach, which was not too far from where he was. And then nothing. So this was about 3 in the afternoon, and about 9 o'clock, I get a text. Sorry, I took a quick naps. Hashtag old man stuff. Anyway, how's OB treating you tonight? I didn't respond. Next guy, we actually had plans to get together. We were supposed to meet at 1 p.m. In the morning, he texted me and said, what are you doing? I said, just working, editing videos. He says, YouTube? I say, yes. He says, and that, by the way, this is in the morning. He says, I'll rush to finish up and meet you a little earlier because I was only in that area for a little while. And so I wanted to have lunch with this person and then move on and drive to another city. And he knew that. I said, okay, sounds good. And then he says, perfect, thumbs up. 1 o'clock became 1:30. I didn't hear from him. 1:30 became 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock became 3 o'clock. And at 3:10, he still hadn't said anything. So I sent a text. Did earlier mean later? And then he says, oh, sorry, I have an interview that hasn't shown up yet. My apologies. Is today your last day here? Bro, why'd you make plans with me and then don't show up? That's so rude. I have many more like this, but I'm only going to give you one more, and maybe we'll do another one of these another time. But this other guy, he literally kept reaching out to me, and then we'd go to make plans, and then he'd fall off the face of the earth. And I gave him a chance like 3 different times. I was trying to be accommodating, but this was the last straw. He says, how's everything going on the road? I say, hey, pretty good. What are you up to? Chilling, watching the game. What about you? Have you started a new adventure? I said, do you want to FaceTime? Because all this time I kept asking him to FaceTime and he didn't. So I was like, let me just jump right to it. So I said, do you want to FaceTime? He says, I don't have an iPhone. I said, Google Duo. Now, in 2022, there's a billion ways to connect face to face. And he says, I can download that. So I said, okay, or even WhatsApp if you already have it. I gave him multiple choices here, and I waited and I waited and waited and I waited and waited. And 3 weeks later, he says, you keep forgetting about me, LOL. I'm done. I am done, bro. Done. Just done. To the capital D for done. Many of these guys out here, they'll throw out the line, they'll dangle it, and then you'll be like, oh, and then you'll know, and then it's tiring. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And it's not like I don't spend time talking to these guys a little bit. I'm just trying to get together for the first time just to have a coffee, a smoothie, take a walk at the park. I'm not even trying to go out to dinner or anything. I'm just trying to meet this person in person so I can just see if we even have a connection. And it just doesn't get the funnel. You don't get down the funnel. You don't get to the real thing. It's like these guys, they just want you to entertain them. And it's just not for me, bro. It's just not for me. So as you can see, it's not great on these dating apps. Plus, because of my nomadic journey, I'm never really in one spot for very long. So although you can find hookups galore, if that's what you're looking for when you're traveling to different states and cities, that's not what I'm looking for. So I've decided to do things a different way. And this is not going to be a shocker to any of you single people, what I'm about to tell you. The best way to meet people, get out into the world. It's the simplest advice, but it's difficult because a lot of us are introverts. One thing I decided to do is to shift my perspective on the whole thing. Who said it's supposed to be easy? Who said that? Where did we get this idea that it's supposed to be easy to find the love of your life, true love, whatever you want to call it? You're trying to forge a life together with a person, like an actual human being that has thoughts and feelings, and they do things a certain way in their life. And you're trying to that together, and it's not easy because you have to, give a little and then fall back, and then they give a little and then they fall back, and it's just like a little bit of an awkward dance at first until you start getting into the little groove together, and that's what makes it fun and exciting. A lot of us spend more time shopping for the best vehicle or finding the most awesome pet for our lifestyle. You spend more time doing those things than doing things that you like with a prospect of meeting somebody along the way that's also doing that thing that they like. Even if you got out and put yourself around more people, just maybe 2 or 3 hours a week, it would increase your odds of meeting somebody. Now, I get it. At the end of a long, hard week of work, nobody really wants to get ready, put yourself out there to get rejected or to not see anybody that you might like or spend the money to go out or do all the things. But if you really want a connection, you'll do it. And the best part about it is that even when you do go out doing the things that you like, you might make some new friends in the process. It doesn't always have to be a love connection. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I may seem animated on my videos, but I am not an easy initiator of conversation. I am too shy at first when I'm out and about. I don't like to go up to people and talk to people. I just feel locked up in my mind, like I don't know what to say. I'm awkward and it's just weird. And once I get to know somebody, once the conversation is rolling, then I'm a ball of fun. So if you're sitting there going, oh, easy for you, no, it's not easy for me. And I have to push myself out of my van and push myself to get out and just be around people. And the more I do it, the more people I meet. Now, I haven't found my love connection on the road at this point, but stick around because I guarantee you 5,000 fake dollars that one day I'm going to be making a video going like this saying, I said yes, and it's going to be my engagement video because I just believe that there is somebody out there for me. Get off the dating apps, don't lose hope, and try to have as much fun as possible. This life is grand. It's great. We're out here as explorers and adventurers, and it should be fun trying to discover new people and learn about how other people live. And if you want to know more of my thoughts and thoughts from 2 guys about this topic, my YouTube friends, Drew and Tim, and I have a podcast called Noble Nomads, and we just released a video episode yesterday with this exact topic, and you'll get to hear a little more detail and some juicy stories as well. And just in case somebody hasn't told you, you are a blessing to somebody, and keep your heart open to love. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing before we get to, okay, took 412 years, but okay. And that's why I've pretty much swipe your little finger over to plus I'm only in certain, So let me start. But on that note, one thing that I don't bite unless asked nicely. One thing I did no. Snack time. Snack time.